we finished with prototyping, and now we are going to move on to analytical tools. Okay, so analytical tools. Without identifying functionality of the system, we cannot develop information system properly. Definitely, that is a fact, right? If you don't know what your problem is, you cannot find a solution. Similarly, if you don't find the functionality, or if you don't find what is actually required of the system, you will not be able to develop the desired information system. You will not be able to develop the desired information system. Okay, so 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. So say, therefore, system analysts should use informal and formal methods to explore requirements of the system. Now, so these are going to be different methods the analyst is going to use. Okay, different methods the analyst is going to use to get the requirements. So we talked about these requirement gathering methods, like interviews, questionnaires, prototypes, document searching or document sample collection, and what is the final one? Observation. Okay, so all of these are different methods that we use to gather the information. And to get the requirements in another way, we get we use some tools called analytical tools. Okay, we use some tools called analytical tools. Means it's not a physical tool. It is a it is actually a drawing or a model. Okay, drawing or a model that we use to make sure that we are going to, now whatever we found out, the requirements we found out, we are using these methods. There are certain requirements that we found out using interviews, observation, all those things. We found out or we gathered some requirements. Now these requirements you are going to put into paper and analyze it. Whether this is going to be okay, whether this is the way the data is going to flow. Is it going to get stuck in any places? Okay. Now we are going to put everything into pen and paper. Everything into a paper and see how it is going to flow. Okay, so for that we are going to use two different models or two different tools. Here we are going to explain two different analytical tools. These are business activity modeling. Another one is data flow modeling. Okay, so analytical tools are based on the modeling, and there are few kinds of models that can be used. First one, business activity model. Second one, data flow model. So we will first see what business activity model is going to look like. Okay. Okay. Business activity model. One of many business analysis techniques, business activity modeling provides a strategic view of high-level business activities to be carried out given the stakeholders' perspective and their worldview. Okay. So what we are actually saying here is, so this is a technique that we are using to analyze the system. It gives you a strategic view. What do you mean by a strategic view? Strategic view. Can anyone tell me what a strategic view is? Now see, all of you are play games. Of course, Abdullah House plays games. I know that. Beneficial point of view. Kind of. Not beneficial. Uh, let's say. Less hard work. Most rewarding with less. That is strategy. That is strategy. Uh, Now you all play games, right? All of you all? At least one game?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now all of you all just, okay, Far Cry. Very good. Can all of you all tell me the games? I mean, write down the names of the games that you play. All the games that you play. Everybody write down the name. Okay, Akil has given me the name. Write down the chat. Okay, wow, GTA 5. The PS game. PS4. Okay, okay.
Okay, sir.
PUBG, Attila House is PUBG, COD, Assassin's Creed, COD, Modern Warfare, Far Cry, NBA 2K19, very good. PUBG, IGI, okay. Uh, Rizmi, Rizmi Ammar, Vidya, you're playing IGI, you said, right?
Dahlia Galam, sir.
Huh?
The whole game, no, sir. That's right.
Why? See, it's a good game.
2000. Yeah, yeah, good game only. I have finished so many times. Very interesting.
Interesting, yes. Uh, if you have played IGI and if you are playing GTA, okay? Mic error, okay. Now let me ask you a question like this. Okay, it took 12 times to pass the level. First time I tried IGI. Okay, I wouldn't try it that much time. I'm not very patient with games. I'm really into that game. Of course, NBA, because I have gone until the championship and things like that. But other games, if I lose one or two times, I will just skip it. Okay. Now I'm going to show you two different things that you see in games. Okay. Just give me one minute. Okay, this is one game. This is Far Cry. Okay, this is Far Cry, and this is uh, Age of Empires. I believe something like that. Okay, I don't know what this game is. Civilization. This is Civilization, and this is Age. Sorry, Far Cry. Okay, what is the difference in this view?
Far Cry is a first-person game.
Uh-huh.
And
And Civilization is,
you can see the whole thing.
what is the opposite of first person?
Third person,
What is TPP? Akil? What is TPP? Third person preview. Or we also call it as strategic view game. This is a first person view. This is a strategic view. In a strategic game, if you see this Civilization, Age of Empires, Warcraft, all these are strategic games. Why? I see the whole picture. Okay. In I see the whole picture in strategic game, which means when I'm developing this software, Clash of Clans, yes. When I'm developing this software, I need to see all the aspects, okay, all aspects of the uh, system. Where can the problem come from? What can be the reason this is not going? This data is not going to that part. Okay. So if I have a strategic view of the full system, if I have a strategic view of the full system, this is going to, yes, this is going to help me develop the software to make sure that uh, yeah, to make sure that all the aspects of my system is going to cover up all the problems. Now, if I have any problem area, I know how to solve it. If I look at the big picture like this, they call this the world view or the bird eye view. Okay, world view, or we also call it the bird eye view. Okay, so it's like looking from the top. So when you're creating this software also, we need to look at the system in that way. So this business activity model is a model which is going to make you look at the system from the world view or the bird eye view. Okay. So five of the business activities are represented in a business activity model. So usual activities that you do in a business. Planning. The planning activities that set what must be in place beforehand. So beforehand, before something is happening, planning should be done. Planning is doing some, uh, getting ready for whatever that is going to come in future. So beforehand, you have to plan. Then enable. The enabling activities that ensure necessary resources are available. So though we plan it, we should have the necessary resources to act according to the plan. If you don't have the necessary resources, no point in planning, right? So you are going to act according to the plan. You need resources, that is enable. Right now, let's say you are going to uh, create your house tent when you're doing your house decorations for your sports meet. Unfortunately, we did not have a sports meet this time. Uh, I don't know. When I came, only this happened. So enabling to enable, now you plan the house decoration, but you should have the stuff to actually make it enable to do. Okay. Then do the doing activity that processes the primary business system transformation. So we have the resource, we planned it, we have the resources, now we are actually doing it. The activity is taking place. That is do. Then monitor. While you are doing it, are you doing it correctly? The monitoring activities that check the performance measures. Are you doing it the way it should be done? Okay, then if you are not doing it right, corrective measures or corrective actions should be taken, that is called control. So these are the usual activities in a business. Okay, so in a business you plan things, you make sure all the resources are available, and you start doing it. While doing it, somebody, a supervisor, somebody will be monitoring you. If you are not doing it right, he will correct you. So these are the things that should happen in a business. So this business model or business activity model is going to focus on these factors. Everybody clear?
Yes, sir.
All right. So the business activity model technique provides a conceptual view which can be used to compare what could be happening with what is actually happening, so that any gap can be explored. So in this business activity model, we are going to look at the overview of the whole system. So if something, when you're observing something is not happening the way it should happen, we can do some corrective measures and fill that gap. Whatever is not happening, we can fill that gap in those areas. So when you're looking at from the top, you can see everything that is happening. Okay. Then business activity modeling focuses on what the organization is doing rather than how it is done. Okay. It's focusing on what it is doing rather than how it is done. Meaning the business analyst be clear, must clear their minds of what's going on now, and instead channel their domain knowledge and conceptual thinking to consider what could be happening. So what they are saying here is uh, the organization is focusing on what the organization is doing, not how. That means what it is doing now, we can say it's going to what it is doing is it's increasing the profit margin. This month's profit is going to be 2 times the last month's profit. That is what I'm doing now. How I'm doing it, that is in the business. That is in the business. So what you are actually doing now is what matters. What you are doing is matters, not how you are doing. How you are doing it is your business knowledge, not the software knowledge. Okay. So we are going to look at the what part, not the how part. Okay. Meaning that the business analyst must clear their minds of what's going on now, and instead channel their uh, domain knowledge and conceptual thinking to consider what could be happening. Okay, so when you are doing something, what could result? When you do this, what would be the result? So what we focus on? What is the final output? All right. There isn't a specific symbol used in the business activity model. Three symbols are typically used. The overall or the oval for the activities, arrows are lined for indicating the logical dependencies between them. So if you see the business model, something like this. What is this line? Can anyone tell me what this line is? At the beginning of this lesson, we did this. What is this line? It says inside outside. Can anyone tell me what that line is?